Welcome back to another episode of the Landlord Life. Your boy just touched down in Dallas, Texas. Pulled up on my man Tim Jackson from Tim Jackson Realty. And Tim finna walk us through one of his properties over here in Dallas, man. Tell us what we got going on, Tim.
What's good, man? So I got a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house out here in South Dallas, baby. Sunny South Dallas. I have been telling people in Dallas, like, hey, you need to purchase property in South Dallas, Pleasant Grove, Oak Cliff, because there's a lot going on. And when I noticed that there were bike lanes being put out here, when I realized how close of proximity this is to the Fair Park, you look across the street, there's a new hospital annex over there. It's right by the train. So I've been telling people for years, hey, man, we need to get into our communities and buy back. And I purchased this property from a family member, essentially. And so this is what we got. All right, so one of the things I like about my property is the location. You know, we wanted to specifically buy here in South Dallas and in areas of Pleasant Grove that's, one, close to downtown Dallas, and that, two, has access to all the services that you need. So we have a hospital annex right across the street. We have the bus train line down the street. But literally right down the block, about 2 blocks, is the Fair Park. People come from all over the country to work at the fair. People make literally their entire salary in 3 weeks at the fair. So sometimes people need temporary housing, and then people just come and visit. So if we ever want to do Airbnb, this would be a good location. But one thing about this property is it's located in a good spot. This is a really quiet area, like in South Dallas, and people try to make you like think that the hood is a bad thing. Like, there's nothing bad about this neighborhood. It's no different than any neighborhood. It's just how you take care of it. I mean, as you can see, right literally next door, somebody's renovating another property literally next door. And properties are being renovated all over here. And when I bought this property, we bought it for relatively low, you know, like 20 bands low, cash.
Word.
And I get a letter every single week. I get about 5 or 6 calls every single week. Somebody trying to buy this house for me. It probably would retail right now for about $175 if I just really wanted to sell it.
So you bought it for 20, and you can resell it right now for $175.
I can resell it probably about $175. We go in and clean it up really good because there's just no inventory in Dallas right now. When I was telling people 3-4 years ago, hey, buy houses in South Dallas, buy houses in Oak Cliff, buy houses in Pleasant Grove, people that live here, oh man, don't nobody want to live there. It's not about living there, it's about owning where you're from. It's about owning your community. So, you know, that's the dope part of having this property. So let me tell you about this house. When I purchased it, I didn't realize when I purchased it that it's literally made of concrete. Like, if you look at this garage right here, this is a concrete house. So when we bought it, and we went through the demo phase, we literally tore everything down, we ripped everything out of it, and my contractor called me and said, hey Tim, man, I got a problem. I said, what's the problem? He said, your house is made of concrete. I said, what do you mean? He said, this ain't stucco. This is a concrete house, like literally concrete slab. So apparently this house was built during the Cold War to stop bombs, right? And so that was a motherfucking problem, to say the least, because it tripled our budget, because you can't drill through concrete like that, right? So we had to take a step back, and we actually sat on this house for 2 years and didn't do anything to it, because I wanted to make sure I had all the cash to do it. Then I found people to come through and do job by job by job, and I was able to cut my budget from triple to about nearly double. Not as much as, it wasn't fully triple, it wasn't fully double, but it was about, 1.75 of what our original budget was. So that was one of the things that we learned, and people don't teach you that. When you're buying properties, you don't know what you're getting. So that was our aha, or I'll say uh-oh moment when we purchased this property.
Word.
We got our inspection done when we purchased this house, but the inspector wasn't as thorough as we thought that he should have been. No knock to him, but he just wasn't as thorough. And after we started renovating and I got a good tenant in, we started finding more problems. One of the problems that we had was with the plumbing. The plumbing was cast iron. So if you know anything about homes that were built in the 40s, 50s, 60s, anything I think prior to the 70s, is cast iron plumbing. And what that means is that cast iron plumbing has a shelf life. So after about 55 years, 60 years, it just goes to shit. So we had our whole plumbing replaced, but I got a contractor who was referred to me who didn't do the best job. And on Christmas Eve, literally, one of our pipes burst. So we're on our way out of town to Florida, and we get a call from our tenants that they can't flush their toilet. Now think about that. You're in your house on Christmas Eve, you got people here to visit you from out of town, and you can't use the toilet. Me and my wife, we felt horrible because, one, we couldn't control it, but two, we were out of town. But that didn't stop us from doing what we need to do. We took care of our tenants. We gave them, first things first, we got a porta potty company on the phone and got a couple of porta potties delivered out here so they could have somewhere to use the bathroom, right? Then we gave them concessions on their rent. One thing about our tenants, we take care of them, they take care of us. So They knew we were coming from a good place. They knew there wasn't really much we could do during COVID-19 plus Christmas. And they worked with us and we worked with them, and we made sure that it was comfortable as it could be for them. But we actually put them in a hotel until the porta potties came and everything was situated. And we just looked out for them. But people don't talk about these stories because honestly, I'd already had the plumbing done, and that was nearly a $30,000 job. And plumbing typically is not covered by insurance.
At all.
People don't know that.
At all.
So then I had to get somebody to come back and redo the mistake. And that's another $8,000 to $10,000, right? So that will break the average investor.
Yes,
right?
sir.
The person that's on social media pretend like they got it and they doing a bunch of shit. But fortunately for us, because we had the cash flow, because we had the money put up, it didn't hurt us at all. In fact, it actually showed us what we need to do better the next time, right?
Word.
But I say all that to say this: when you purchase a property, make sure you, one, get an inspection, which we did, but two, get someone to come out and check your electrical and to come out and check your plumbing. We've never had electrical problems because we had the entire electricity replaced, like everything. But we did check the plumbing as thorough as we could have before we put a tenant in it, and of course, you know, it cost us on the back end. The inspection report came out good, but if we would have just hired a plumber to come out and do a scope or do something like that, he or she would have been able to tell us, hey Tim, this is gonna go bad pretty soon. Fortunately for us, we had the capabilities to repair. But outside of that, make sure you're checking plumbing, electrical work. Make sure you don't have any leaks somewhere, because that is a very, very expensive repair, and it can make or break a lot of investors.
Hey y'all, Tim just came on here and dropped all kind of gems. Hopefully y'all pick them up.
Yep.
And you back good in this place and cash flowing and doing everything you're supposed to do?
We haven't missed anything. Like I said, we were able to, even though we had a few bumps in the road, we have $150,000 worth of equity built into this property. So if shit would have hit the fan, we could have just sold. Somebody's trying to buy this every single day. I'm not trying to make this up. This is a true fact. But the thing is, why would I sell this property? I'm 8 minutes from downtown.
And cash flowing.
I'm cash flowing. I'm 2 minutes from the Fair Park. Right across the street from a train stop. Right across the street from an annex hospital. So why would I sell this, right?
Yes, sir.
Buy and hold, buy and hold, buy and hold. That's how you create generational wealth. Flipping is cool, but my method is buy and hold.
Yes, sir. And just like that, y'all, on to the next project.
Let's get it.